Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going over all the stuff going on in the shop. It's been a pretty crazy, last week was pretty crazy. Didn't make a ton of videos on anything, but I've made some clips throughout the week and just kind of give you guys a little bit of what is going on in the shop. We got, well, just so you know in the intro here, that's sold. Chaz over here working on a really cool 389X. And well, there's that single axle 589 back there. We'll start with that one. So it's missing an axle. There's only one. Okay, I'll tell you all about that in a second. Clean my tools out of here. We're doing some pretty neat stuff with this truck. This is a different deal. So currently we've got our breather lights on. Just kind of getting a few little things knocked out on this truck. But this is a single axle 589 and it's a 36-inch bunk. I pulled a bunch of the stuff out of here earlier. As you can see, let me go in there real quick and turn the lights on. Okay, so inside here, you can see I've got the bed out of here. Started taking a bunch of the stuff out. And here's what we're gonna be doing. Taking all of this apparatus here out of here. HVAC, all that stuff's gonna go. And gonna do some more interior work in here, but essentially putting a bench seat in here. I believe the plan right now is I'm gonna put a bench seat in here out of a Ford F-150. So I've done a bunch of measurements this morning. Pretty sure it's gonna fit. I mean, like, cross fingers. It should. Like, we're gonna build some brackets and things. It's gonna be pretty neat because you're essentially gonna have a 589 single axle. This thing's gonna be hauling a horse trailer and just needed some more room. So the HVAC stuff needs to kind of go out of there because it's just in the way. We may try to relocate it or something. I don't know yet. I also don't know that you really need it. Not really intended for sleeping as it is just for seating space. But we'll build some little side consoles for it. I mean, I got some pretty cool ideas. I've been just kind of playing around with a tape measure on it. But I mean, how about that deal? Just one axle there. Pretty neat. We're gonna be doing a lot with this truck. All right, so going back here. So Jared at PDI got us this truck, sent it down to us for us to work on. We're gonna be moving fuel tanks. We're gonna put a Hogue built, half round fender on both sides. Probably do the centers of them painted black, paint the fuel tanks, cab sleeper panels, 8-inch stacks, all the cool stuff to it. And a deck plate and painting the chassis. And it's gonna be a lot of fun putting a bench seat in here. I think it's actually, I say it right now, it seems like a pretty straightforward process, but we will find out once I get my seat. And I already got the seat coming. I ordered it today, and it's in Birmingham, so we're gonna get one of the guys from the dealership in Birmingham to bring it up to me. They're doing a parts run or something. And yeah, pretty cool. I think we're gonna put a sweeper visor on it, probably a custom grill in it too. Just a lot of stuff. It's gonna be a pretty cool build. So yeah, that's what we're doing to that one. All right, so we got the Kaiser truck finished, and now I can kind of walk around and show you guys the whole deal all finished up. But we did some paint work on the back of the chassis back here. Needs to be kind of wiped off, got a few fingerprints on it yet, but we just literally got it finished up. 12 gauge T-bar, and then you saw in other videos, but I really like the way our bracket setup worked out. Holds our reverse lights, holds the fender in place. Makes this like a super clean install on it. Changed out the fifth wheel to a Holland polished fifth wheel. Peter Almost Chrome did that deal. And then now we've got our center panel between the tanks on, which turned out awesome. These guys done a killer job. Mark and Eli did on the paint on this thing. It is super slick. I mean, you can look at that, it's like a mirror. But I really love how that turned out. Like that center panel between these fenders looks awesome. And kind of keeping the theme with the T-bar. And now we got the Man in Black here. And then our eye panel's finished. Same deal with the recessed lights in it and 3 penny lights in the center. Keeps up with everything we've done on the whole back half of the truck here. Turned out really slick. Overall, standing back looking at this truck, she's pretty. So they're coming to pick this thing up late tonight. We would generally get this whole thing, I would wash it, get it all cleaned up and ready to go, but he might be having to drive this in some rain, so we didn't really, he said don't worry about washing it, but they were getting ready to take it to a truck show, so he had to get it. Try to get it picked up tonight, worked out the best. Kind of show you guys now more of the interior, but we've got all our pieces in here, 100% finished. Black painted dash. And we also did them in the sleeper. So we've got the doors in the sleeper are all done too. Up here we just painted our wood grain black to match what was going on with the rest of the dash here. So yeah, the thing's pretty awesome. And they're definitely taking this down to the truck. There's a truck show that Bennett puts on at Atlanta Motor Speedway first weekend in November. Atlanta Motor Speedway. We're gonna be going down there, and I know the Kaisers are bringing this truck down there, maybe something else as well. So pretty cool deal, but really happy with how this whole deal turned out. The guys in the shop did a phenomenal job all the way around on all of it. I mean, she's slick. So anyway, I'll show you some other stuff we got going on in the shop. So this whole week has been pretty freaking busy. We got the chassis painted on this 389X day cab, finished it up. Well, we actually finished this up late last week. This is another truck we're building for Keith Hannenberg. And it's gonna be pretty cool when it's done, but we went ahead and I got the chassis paint on this thing knocked out. That's Coke red, it looks super good. And over here, we got a customer brought his truck in. We're basically just remounting a set of Hogue built half fenders. Had some different brackets on it, and I'll show you the brackets, but the bolts broke on them and they're about to fall off. So he stopped in and we're just changing them out real quick, but it's really nice 389. This thing's got like 400,000 miles on it. A lot of paint match stuff on there, it looks good. So his rear mount, we're putting 1406s back on it. His original mounts are right here, and it was breaking the bolts off. So we're putting a 1406 back on it, but kind of mounting them down a little bit lower where they need to be. You can see this is his old bracket. And the one bolt broke off on this one and on the other one, and then this one was pretty loose and probably going to do the same at some point. So we're just basically just putting 2 new mounts on those fenders. Yeah. And then over here, I'll show you what we got going on with these trucks. So we did 3 of them this week, but they're 589s with 80-inch sleepers. Actually, we done these yesterday, finishing them up today. But pretty simple deal. We just did the 3-inch cabin sleeper panels on it, stainless, underglow lights and stuff. And of course, all the wiring's all nice and tied up good. And this one, we did the watermelon lights in the front and some small pennies in the rear. And then a set of rock guards on it. And then we mounted a train horn underneath on the box back there. And pretty much good to go. These trucks are heading to LaGrange, Georgia, I believe is where they're going. But 3 of them, 2 black ones and a red one. Here's the other deal there. Only difference in them, this one and the red one, we did penny lights in the front and rear. So those are pretty nice. And then over here, Chandler Farms, this truck came in. It had an argument with a trailer, and the back of the bunk got pretty banged up, so we had to reskin it and paint it and stuff. I'll show you what we did there. But we had a fender was tore off the truck. We went ahead and he wanted to switch up the mounts to the blind mount setup, so we did the Hogue built blind mount brackets all the way around it. They get pretty tight right there. They work good. You can see where the old mounts were. We've got the bolts in there. Still need to clean this up better, but then we got the rear mount here. So these guys are farmers. This thing's in and out of fields a lot, and it sees quite a bit of abuse. Still need to clean those up a little bit, but anyway, back here, the side of the sleeper just caught a trailer, so we had to reskin the side of the sleeper and paint it. But I mean, for the most part, you can't ever tell it was ever damaged. It's looking pretty good. And yeah, that's kind of what we got going on over here on our shop side. Oh, and then another one, I guess I should bring this up. Painted all these dudes. Got a whole set of legendary brown fenders going on a cabin sleeper panels, legendary brown. And then kind of some big news. We sold the orange 589, and there's going to be working on videos about everything we're doing with it right now. But pretty cool deal that we sold this truck. Like where it's going and what it's going to be doing is pretty awesome. When you guys see the video or videos of this whole deal coming out, it'd be pretty trick. But you can see we've got a lot taken apart back here. We're changing a lot of stuff on this truck. This application's a pretty neat setup, but I don't want to give anything away other than just stay tuned, because once we kind of get rolling on this deal here, probably sometime next week, we'll start explaining everything we're doing on this truck, and then we're going to be taking it down to Florida to deliver it, and all of that stuff's going to be pretty awesome videos. So pretty excited about it. It's going to a pretty good home. I mean, like an awesome home, and it's gonna be a pretty neat piece with the trailer it's pulling. So if you want to know more about all that stuff, you got to like and subscribe on the channel, because I promise this video when this truck's done, you do not want to miss that video. It's going to be freaking pretty awesome. I'm excited about it. All right, so Shock's pulling in the white 72 flat top conversion we're working on. And I don't really remember if we've said much about this truck in any other videos since we've been working on it, but you can tell we did the flat top stand-up conversion on this one. And we are getting ready to paint the chassis. We're gonna be painting the chassis on this one magnetic gray. So it's a magnetic gray, it's a pretty cool color. And we're also doing stripes on this truck in a magnetic gray outlined in orange. It's gonna be pretty slick looking. They basically got all this part of the chassis is prepped and ready to rock and roll. We just moved it in front of the paint booth now, so the guys will pull the fuel tanks and the def tank and stuff off. They'll prep that last little bit of the chassis there, and then it's just a lot easier to push in the booth, just sort of aimed where it needs to go. But basically we're gonna paint the whole chassis on this deal, and the deck plate, which is already fitted and everything, and it goes front to rear on this truck. They'll get all of that painted, we'll pull it out, and then we'll start striping up for our stripes, taping up for stripes. We already kind of painted door handles and stuff on it, and got a lot of things kind of set and ready to go. So this is gonna be a pretty neat unit when it's finished. But it's a 295 wheelbase, 72-inch stand-up. And she's a little plain looking right now, but I'm telling you, when this stripe job's pretty awesome looking on this truck. So everything's said and done, this truck will turn some heads when it's finished. And we haven't striped a 589 yet, so this will be the first one we've done. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Just kind of an update. Everything's been going on in the shop. Kind of those clips are a few days and, you know, apart from each other, all the stuff we've been kind of working on. It's been pretty wild. We've had just super busy and a ton going on, so I haven't spent a lot of time trying to do videos lately just because, I don't know, kind of just, you get going, there's a lot to do, and kind of forget about it. So anyhow, that's what's been going on this week at the shop. Fixing to fill the paint shop back up. We got 2 more trucks to pull in there. We'll do some videos about those coming up, and working on some pretty neat projects. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you do all the things, like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram at Semi Casual Show, on TikTok. I've actually been putting a lot of different videos up on TikTok as well, so pretty cool stuff there. And go to our website, semicasualshow.com. You can buy all kinds of parts for 589s, 389s, clothes, hats, all that stuff, you know. So check that out, and otherwise we'll see you guys on the next video. Later.